As discussed in last week's video, journal articles are one of the main types of scholarly information you'll run into while in college. Articles are valued as trustworthy because of the peer review process taken before publication, because the authors are researchers, and because the content includes new and unique innovations that further a field of study. Scholarly articles describe original, specific research and studies conducted by researchers and scholars. I like to think of scholarly articles as instruction manuals written by the people who researched and studied a certain topic. The articles describe how the research was conducted and how it turned out. Just like any genre, articles have a certain look and layout and are only available through particular ways. Here's an example of an article that I found through the library, and this article, like many articles you're going to run into, has certain subsections within it that are very broadly used throughout the community that writes journal articles. The abstract on this page here is something that I always recommend starting with when you're reading an article. The abstract basically explains exactly what the article is about, and if you read that and think this isn't for me, well then there's no reason that you need to read an entire article if you're doing research that you're trying to find the best article for you. Articles also always include a kind of a conversation between the current research that's being presented and previous research, and that's called the literature review. The literature review is the way the author says, hey, I looked at all this information before writing this article. I have really thought about the previous research that's been conducted in my field and in my topic, and here is what I think about it. Articles are also kind of going back to the idea of articles as an instruction manual. The methodology aspect of an article, that little area, provides the instruction manual part of the article. So if an article is explaining a study that was done, the methodology shows how that study was done. Of course, also, any article that has a study involved has results. The results are usually presented through numbers and graphs and charts, but I recommend only skimming that the first time you read an article and actually focusing more on the discussion section of an article. And I say that because the discussion synthesizes the results and the literature review and allows the author to explain if they found what they needed to find, or if the research actually leads to maybe more research needing to be conducted. I also recommend looking at the references page, which is always at the back of any article that you read. The references show other articles and other books that an author has looked at in order to write what they've written. This is a place that you would actually want to maybe grab a title or two of other articles that look useful to you, because then you can say easily find related research without having to do a bunch of searching. But if you are interested in searching in the library's resources for articles for your own research, I have 3 different places where I recommend going. The Library One Search, if you have a title that you found in a reference page, feel free to copy that, paste it into here, hit search, and that's going to take you to our catalog of every single thing that we have physically in the library and digitally. So those are those articles I'm talking about. And if we do have that article, it'll pop up here. We also have an A to Z online resources list, which I would recommend going to if your professor says, I want you to go to this specific resource and find some research there. In the third place, I also recommend, and this is probably the best place to start for anyone who doesn't really know where to start, is this research assistance box on the library's homepage. This is based on subject, and every major that exists at BSU is available in here. And what we've done is taken, so for example, chemistry. If you go into the chemistry guide, you will see all the different places that we recommend you start searching for articles related to chemistry. So you'll be able to find exactly what you're looking for in this research assistance guide.